does it. In public, hate it or love it. The underdogs with liquor swabs. It was written in my diary to start a war. I'm feeling infamous, immortal with my technique. A revolutionary shining with diamond teeth. Young Don Cartagena, excuse my demeanor. This the glamour life, you still not a player, you ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I made the sacrifice, I'm super duper fly. Juicy, keep them hypnotized. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping, see you at the crossroads.
Money over on my headstone. Here lies them getting paid for. Never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm this. I be gang 3 times on my headstone. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the headstone. Too late, he already lived. It was written in the children's story. Their life's a so what you want. Every day I struggle with it. Only God could tell me slipping. I'm infinitely big through the Genesis. Dead presidents, drop a gem on them. On earth, these the last days. Throw your get money. Quiet storm, have it stars. For the cream, renegade. For the money, only green is the. I'm a player on the late night tips. So these see the prototype. Fingertips, reservoir dog to the skull. Ignorant. Can I live? Still feel me. Kiss the death and protect your neck. Three boys in the Cadillac. Grave digger, kiss the death and protect your neck. Shame on the three boys in the Cadillac. Grave digger. Money over on my headstone. Here lies them getting paid for. Never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm this. I be gang 3 times on my headstone. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the headstone. Too late, he already lived. Right now I'm on the edge, so don't push me. Troublesome to 9 to 6. You a shook one, breathe easy, know the ledge. I'm your, what's that? I smell. Let me count my. I'm 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Run. Hi, my name is Dirk Cobain. Like a. Here I go to the next episode. Ain't no damn this explosive Beast Coast. The mother ride or die for money, strictly for money. Survival of the fittest. That's the sound of the police. I'm in deep cover earth. Skirt, lean back. Give me one more chance. They say Jesus walks and the devil wear Prada, but I'm so deaf. God can't tell me nothing. Write this on my death certificate. I gave you power. 21 questions like who? Your warning. Watch them flashing like paparazzi. 2 words. Get money. Tonight's the night. Guess who's back on my block? Rather unique. Bucktown. This on that quiet storm. T-O-N-Y. Top of New York with a pitchfork.
Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Mama watching television, telling me avoid the system. Hoping I ain't lose religion, texting prayer hands, hope the message sending on. Know I've been blessed, I've been seeing prophets, busted yellow shirts, louder than the broccoli, dancing in my chucks, feeling out of body, say the man got me on. Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? All in my system, been the one I'm kissing. Why might extensions now look like expeditions on? Man, it's too loud. Hear me in your city, cause when I start spitting too much drive, need some power steering, cruising to a better vision, y'all. Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Mama, dirty the roads that I've traveled, but I'm on my way. Mama, trust all the steps on my journey, 'cause I'll be okay. I know it's gotta hurt when you know you could've had a president. Guess that I would rather be the man. Maybe one day I'll go back to school, think I'm proud of kidding.
sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from filling out kites to putting it in my block. Blue Gucci sweater is drill. Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I had. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be ops. If I see them hanging and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Act like my beat ain't no happy belated, I'm counting the guap. Who gave you the voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie got the big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check into golf. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No call.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the New England Patriots. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Dante Moncrief now here on the return. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Check nine. Ohio! Shift!
Here's Leonard Fournette, 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his throw is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Flex round!
Back to throw here. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Now they try the right side here. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. They'll drop to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Adrian Claiborne, the one who makes the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On play action, they'll throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little, and when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. They'll run it here. This is James White. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
From midfield, here's Brady. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead him up 3rd and long. They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, and certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Back deep is DJ Chark. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer
get
this
a little
time?
closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Here we go. Spread 38.
On second down, here's Fournette. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Time now. Go.
So after the INT, it's Brady. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
We got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go. Wait. 53 Linda.
Brady to throw on second down. He's going to sling this deep down. Trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. Edelman was the intended target. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette, and he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here we go. White 90. White 90.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Mike 51. Mike 51. Hut. Hey, let's calm down.
Now back to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle, and that's caught inside the 30. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. A big play that time for Jacksonville. 44 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Flex round. Flex round.
And they'll run it here. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play.
Watch tight end. Tight right. Tight right. Here we go. White 90.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Here we go. Red 38. Red 38.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who can make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Brady. And that's caught. It's Edelman again. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. And finding Edelman underneath, that's a recipe for success.
Typical route for a good slot receiver, and Edelman's one of the best in the game. Knows how to go inside what one of my college coaches used to call the briar patch. Got to go in there where it's tough and make those tough catches. And not only can he do it, he can often run away from people after the catch.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Brady now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. James White, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Danny Shelton. With a great push up front, he picks up the sack and a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Come on, let's go. What? 90. What? 90.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And this one will be brought back to the 22. And the young buck, the rookie, just racked up his first career interception.
And how about the scouting department? They've got to be very happy right now, because in NFL parlance, he's a third-day selection. Anyone after the 4th round, that's big-time scouting right there. And what a great play he just made.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. DeJuan Smoot able to drop him for a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Hey, boys, got 4. 4 down. Alpha, go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Myles Jack there to make the tackle.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Brady. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Myles Jack. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They begin with a run by Fournette. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
Baby! Get him, boys! Get him, boys! Oh, yeah! Ohio! Ohio! Hot! Hot!
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. He got 29 yards that time.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS. You go tight.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here we go, G. Hot! Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. Check, 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 check. Kill, kill, kill. Hot!
Back to throw. Being chased out left. Now he's going to go deep down. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Austin Safarian Jenkins. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Returnable for Dorsett. And they'll have excellent field position to begin this drive as he's all the way up to midfield at the 50.
That return gets all the way to midfield, so we know the field position is absolutely flipped at this point. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I might think about blitzing right now to try and take field position back.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Brady will try again on second down. And a dump off to White. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. And the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. The final shot before half for Brady. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Returnable for Dorsett. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Go Bandit!
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. That is incomplete. He was looking for Gronk that time, and that takes us from second to third down. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
I tell you, you don't have press conferences when you sign guys like this. But he's been a real difference maker so far. That's now 2 interceptions for him in the game. And when you're getting contributions up and down.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
And that's his second sack of the game. But this player, disruptive in all phases. Whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Brady. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He's going to go for a big play downfield. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described.
And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. James White, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Patriots move back within a couple of the lead. So now Brady and the Patriots going for two.
Tight, double tight. Four down, four down. Wait, set. Wait, 20. Wait, set.
Brady now to throw. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted to tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Three down, three down.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Watch tight end. Hey, guys. Let's go. Red 38. Red 38. Jim. Flex round. Flex round.
They'll look to throw. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Kyle Van Noy. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Adrian Claiborne. In there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Edelman set to return. Edelman with a shiftiness. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England 1st down. That time a slant, Brady in general on those quick hitters, he just releases the ball so fast.
He does, and he's so accurate, but most of the time, he wins before the ball's even snapped by his pre-snap read. Finds out where the defense is and delivers it to the proper place.
Able to get away. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. New England on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
29.
Again, it's Brady. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Wide, get wide.
They'll run. This is White. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and goal. give it to him up the middle. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
New England on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. It's the fullback. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Patriots have moved out in front. And he'll bang that one through. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5.
Let's go! Red 38! Red 38! Show it 8! Show it 8! Hut! Mike 51! Mike 51! Hut!
They're going to look to throw.
Here we go!
Going deep for Moncrief. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll start the drive with a give to White. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Calais Campbell in there to sack him for a loss of 6. That's a 6'8", 300-pound man out of the U, Mr. Campbell.
Yes, and he came from Arizona to Jacksonville and didn't just bring that frame with him. He brought 14 and a half sacks as well and created a new city within their city, now known as Saxonville.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. They go play action here on 1st down. Allen has it, left side. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On second down, Michel works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Wait, 20! Wait, 20!
Now Brady. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go! What? 90! What? 90! Yo, 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 yo! Yo! Shift! Watch the shift!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here we go! Here we go!
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Let's make these babies crawl. Here we go! What?
They'll set up to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Dante Hightower. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Dance it, and he's going to go down again. Adrian Claiborne in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Blitz! 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 Woo! That's what I'm talking about!
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
4 down, 4 down. Check 24, check 24. Go 50. It's our time.
Here's Brady to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. New England on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now White. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Gostkowski, whoa, he missed it. It's no good. Wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. So with that miss, Charles, you have to figure their fate. It might be sealed.
Yeah, you needed 2 scores. So you take the field goal first and then worry about getting the ball back. But that may not matter now.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry up. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Here we go. White 90. White 90.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Devin McCourty picks it off. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
White 20. Green 80. Guys, stay in situation. Let's go.
The drive starts with a run by White. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole formed, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal.
Let's go.
Now a carry for White. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They keep it on the ground. White again. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for New England, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans.